They say if you smear honey all over a laptop, just 1,000 bees can lift it off the ground. Adam decided to test that out, so he headed to a bee farm. First, he coated the laptop with edible glue, then spread honey to lure the bees. But even with 2,000 bees swarming the surface, the laptop didn't move an inch. He tried again, this time with sweeter honey, and even placed the queen bee right in the middle to attract more bees. Still, nothing. To dig deeper, Jamie brought a young bee back to the workshop. He chilled it in the freezer just long enough to calm it down without harm, then tied a thin string with tiny beads to its body. The idea was simple. When the bee flew, it would lift the beads until it reached its limit, showing how much weight a single bee could carry. After some waiting, the bee managed to lift 8 beads. That's just 96 milligrams. Now compare that to a laptop, which weighs about 2,216 grams. Do the math, and you'd need over 23,000 bees to lift it, way more than the rumor's 1,000 bees. But even if you had that many, could they all fit on the laptop? Adam measured it out. A 4-square-inch patch could hold about 40 bees, roughly 10 per square inch. To fit 23,000 bees, you'd need 2,300 square inches. But a laptop only has about 234 square inches of surface area. In other words, it could only hold around 2,300 bees total, not even close. The numbers don't lie. The myth was busted. So how did that viral video pull it off? Turns out the trick was nothing more than fishing lines tied to the laptop's corners, hooked to a frame above. Once the laptop was covered in bees, they simply pulled the strings, making it look like the bees had lifted it into the air.